You have known me for 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
You understand how I watch sports, and this is not taking anything from the Tigers. It's not. You win a playoff game, that's all I asked for. I said Tigers in 2, TIT. We're halfway home. But all I could think of watching this was, you blew a 15-and-a-half game lead to this junk, to this garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Or as Jim Costa puts it, a lineup of empty husks. Like, I couldn't stop thinking about it, Rico. I'm going, oh, my God, this garbage won the division.
Yeah, they did. And I was watching this game a little differently, Mike, because you know me.
And because I'm sick.
I was happy because I'm like, okay, you know what? You out Cleveland. You small balled them to death, and you won the game. So
well, there's 2 questions I had. There's 2. Yes, I think they're winning tomorrow. I'm not backing down for my Tigers in 2. This Cleveland team sucks. But here's my questions. And, Rico, you could answer one or both. I'm pretty sure as a radio host you don't get to say none and not participate. So one or both.
Let it play out.
Here, right. Go silent. Thanks, John. So here's I'm sorry. Shot out of a cannon today. Here's question 1. And it's very simple, and it just requires that you, the fan, be honest. Does today's game reignite your confidence that this team can go on a run, that they were good for most of the year, or at least incendiary at the start, average the rest, but you believe there's a good team in there? Or does this game show you how truly limited they are? You needed Scooble to go Randy Johnson, strike out 14, give you a career high in pitches, or excuse me, a season high in pitches, and it's fun. They're going to beat the Guardians, but they're going nowhere fast. They're limited. Which of those 2? The second question, if you so choose to answer this, Rico, I hearken back to a conversation with Kenny in May or June about playoff hockey, and we talk about how the laziest take in the world is, oh, man, playoff blank is just the best. Was this everything right with playoff baseball or everything wrong? I mean, this game featured runs on a bunt, an infield hit, and an error. Now, if you're a baseball, I think it's a perspective and age question.
Wow.
If you're a baseball lifer, maybe this kind of turns you on a little bit. But I can't imagine the younger crowd looking at this and going, oh, man, now I get why it's America's game. I ripped 2 shots of espresso this afternoon just to stay awake during this. So this was like Sunday at the Masters if you like action. Okay. You had to be a baseball diehard to like this.
I'm going to answer your second question, Mike. For me, absolutely loved it. Didn't need espresso. Because I'm like, this is what I love about baseball, the strategy.
You're old and you love the National League and pitchers wearing felt jackets and bunts. Wow. Yes. No, I thought of you. This was like no, I didn't mean it that way. I just mean
right. You're old. You like the National League. You like pitchers out there in the satin jackets.
Rico's a dinosaur. Right, Rico had his fedora on, driving his Studebaker, watching Willie Wilson lay bunts down.
I was out at the game in a suit and tie.
All right, so this scratched you where it itches. Now, what do you make of today's game? Does it reignite your confidence? Hey, we still got the best pitcher in the world. We can still play this brand of ball. We could go on a run. Or did you watch it and go, hey, it's fun, but man, does it show how limited we are? Which of those?
Mike, it actually was a little bit of both. I think you're looking at AJ. No. He saw Scooble was out there getting it done, and we got to get every run we can. So if it means we got to bunt and a run, let's do that, because I don't really trust the bullpen that much. I'm going to roll Scooble out in the 8th inning and see what he can do. It was because if he had a bullpen that can get you the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning and shorten that game to basically a 6-inning game, yes, he would have gone that route. But I think it showed he knows this team is limited. He knows we have to have this game, because if we lose this game, we're probably done in 2. So let's go all out. Let's do what we can do. Yeah, I love the strategy in the game, and I love how AJ kind of managed the game. Heck, even leaving Carpenter in and not instead of taking him out. Like, you know what? You just got to go for it and find every – you got to squeeze that sponge and get every drop out of it, and he did today. It worked. They won 14-0 to a horrible base running error by Ramirez, but that's not your fault, Detroit.
Nope, not my problem.
And
no,
you got it done.
Love to know. I would love to know, and I don't think there's a wrong answer, guys. I will never apologize for winning a playoff game as the commander of the TIT Army. It is okay, because unlike other shows, we're not going to harangue you for not touching your ball bag over this. Like, if you watched it and you go, well, I'm happy, but man, we're limited, you should have a right to say that. That's what sports is. Now, if you are like, no, I have confidence, like, we're going to get Scooble twice in a 5-game set, we can win that series, you're fine too. The other side of it is just whether this was the best of baseball or the very worst. Because I think you do have to be a particular type of fan to get a lot of enjoyment out of that game.
Right, you have to be old.
Tough watch.
Right, you read the newspaper in the morning. Yes.
Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys.
Rico went to the door in his robe.
Right. You remember Sister Jean as a hot teenager.
Rico puffing his morning heater with his coffee, getting the morning friendly. There you go. David, what's up, buddy?
Because here's the problem that I have. Because you just said, oh, you're going to a 5-game series and you'll have Scooble twice. They're not going to get to a 5-game series. Yeah. Everything that happened in this game is why I believe they're still going to lose this thing.
Yeah.
You had Scooble, so great, wonderful. He did his thing on the mound. You know what didn't show up? Were the bats. They didn't score. They still left men on base. And you know what's going to happen when you don't have Scooble? You're going to lose those games because you need more than 2 runs to win. Still, Cleveland kept their streak alive. They kept their streak alive. 2, 3 runs or less.
Okay, all right. Listen, people, David's on the opposing view. Look, I'll be very candid. I don't think this team's capable of winning the ALCS in a 7-game format. I don't. I have the same opinion of this edition of the Tigers as last year. I think in a 3-game, you're deadly. TIT, Tigers in 2. I think in a 5-game, you're very capable because 2 of those games, you'll have the best pitcher on the planet. And I think you can match up and smoke and mirror through a 5-game. I just don't think you're getting to a World Series because in a 7-game set, you're just not gonna win games this way. And you're not going to be able to limit teams like this. I don't care who's pitching because the teams you generally face at that point, they got guys who can actually hit. Not Gabriel or Arias and his Fabio wig or Jonathan Rodriguez or Big Christmas or Brian Rocchio or any of the other, shout out Jim Costa, empty husks. So,
well, I like how the Nerf team or Nerf baseball.
It's Nerf swords.
Yes,
neither team, you can't kill someone with a Nerf sword. Like if you and I fight to the death with 2 Nerf swords, the fight's never stopping. We'll die of exhaustion.
There's absolutely no threat.
No. But and again, this is, I couldn't help but think all while watching it. It was like that stupid drop I play from training day. Oh, you mother... You blew a division lead to this? We don't have games in Detroit right because of this?
Yep. Yeah, because when you had the chance to put them away, you didn't. You allowed them not only back in, you allowed them to take the lead from you down to the last day. And, yeah, Mike, it doesn't make any sense, but I think you put it best. They were out there fighting with the Nerf swords. And it was fun. It was entertaining. Do I think either one of these teams will win the World Series? No. But, like I said, I enjoyed this type of game because it was on the edge of your seat down to the final out. Like, okay, it wasn't a softball city slugfest. Who's going to hit the most home runs? It was, how do we manufacture some runs here, guy? And you saw poor decisions on the base path. You saw errors. You saw Scooble, instead of letting his guys get instead of letting Bias get the ball, he goes after it and allows a run to score. It was a lot of pressure out there, and you felt it in that game. So I love games like this. Every game, no, but occasionally I do like these types of games.
And listen, it's just like hockey. I have no problem if somebody likes a 1-0 goalie, defensive-oriented game. It's a question. And I don't think people are wrong to go, that ain't for me. I'll take the win, but that ain't for me.
Well, Mike, as I was listening to the radio broadcast of the game, because television hasn't been invented yet.
Tiger baseball on after Little Orphan Annie.
They're live from Briggs Stadium.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that to you. I did you dirty. That's my bad. 248-539-9797. Hey, David, quick question from a timing standpoint. You want me to knock a few calls, or do we want to be super responsible to start?
Let's start off being responsible.
Okay, we'll start with responsibility, and I want to dive right into it. Tigers in 2. I mean, I have to stick with it now, right? They got the first one.
You
they were never
there?
touching. Yeah, we're 90% of the way there. This Guardians team stinks. 248-539-9797. Gave you your 2 critical questions of the day. I do have a talker to get to a little later, just something I watched last night that I need to know if my read on it is super accurate or if I'm just peak cynical bastard. And we'll talk Tigers, and does it reignite your confidence? I will only go as far as to tell you today shows they can win a 5-game series. They can do that, but I don't think they can go beyond it for a myriad of reasons. But let's see. It starts with ending the Guardians tomorrow. The other one was stylistically, is this the best of baseball or the worst? So there, start there. You got anything else you want to bring to the table? Let's do it. 97.1.